Whoops. Sorry about that. Yeah. Yo, I gotta practice on a freestyle tip. And maybe I could sip, and maybe you could flip. Cause when you get a taste of the tip, you be like, oh damn, I'ma be like the sip boy. Cause sipping ain't easy, I'ma be like mad breezy. I'ma be like that guy who be like magicians, ambition, the missions, ambitions, the visions. The way that I be pushing the business, I bet the bow with the flow. Everybody is wishing that I could understand. I'm the man you could understand when I do the fam, when the damn why. I gotta sharpen my tools and be the fool. I'ma just be the rules. The rules is cool. The rules. Run out my news. Do you feel it? Do you see it? Do you smell it? Do you hear it? Do you see it? Do you wanna be about it? About it, be it? Hee-ha. Ho, everybody know ho. Everybody so low. Everybody so show. Maybe you could understand bo. I'ma just go. Nobody slow mo. Everybody yo. I'ma find the roll. Yeah. Sorry I'm a little late, but I was working on this beat and I couldn't stop. That's not the whole truth, but I'ma start in a few seconds, so don't sweat it. Nah, I mean, everybody wanna go, everybody wanna go, everybody wanna go, yo. Maybe you can understand that. I'ma keep on the stand flap. I'ma keep it understandably, bandably lap. Everybody wanna be the bone rap. Bonafide rap, maybe bonafide slap in the face when I see you. It is a disgrace. Maybe I could just face, or maybe I'll base you like turkey breast. Everybody wanna mess. Do you wanna mess with me? I can't see how you can even try to be. It is all in together now. I'ma just do it until all in forever now. When I flow, when I flip, when I get this thing going right, nah, it's not working, so I'm just not gon' jerk it on the ride. And everybody wanna see how I be fly. When I rip a rock, when I rick the rock, when I roll, I fold, I bow. Let me turn down the beat. It was a little too harsh for me, so I could be a little bit more the besters. I'ma be the best. Oh, it's not working, damn. I must have messed it up somehow. Maybe I could do wow. I gotta check that out. 1 second right here. One second right here. One more second right here. One more second right here. Oi, I'm the bad boy. You wanna see me? I blinkety blah boy. Oh, Facebook is whack. Facebook is black. Facebook is not reacting to my stack. Please start with the dark but that. It don't really matter. Sorry to barter but rap. Oh, it did it, but it didn't do it. Oh well, whatever. I'll try again later. Hold up. Let me change this. You go away. Alright, I can turn this down now. Hi everyone. Hold up. I have to I'm gonna add a camera, and then add a video content bias, and then add existing, and then it's the main cam. There you go. Boop, beep there. Hi. Beep. There you go. Beep. Oh man, I gotta. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Hey, Heck, how are you doing? How goes it over there in the hottest place on earth? It's so hot over there. It's like. Let me turn this music. Shut up, music. Wow. And my AC is like. Let me see if I can adjust some stuff here. That's a little better. Hi. It's the number one show. It's not. I changed cameras. Let's see. It's not as good. I think I might go back to the other camera. Honestly. Yeah, I don't like it. Cause I started doing a YouTube video snippet thingies, and I was like, eh. But anyway, you want to be part of the conversation? Animated emotes can be disabled in. I don't care about animated emotes. Just leave them. Leave them. They're fine. Discord. I don't remember what it was. I don't know if I. Whatever. Discord's there. I don't. Go to Twitch. Electron Bandit on Twitch. Try to. Hello. You can't hear me? You can hear me. Turn on your ears, woman. Hecht can hear me. If Hecht can hear me, then you can hear me. Or am I sounding hot garbage? Hold on, I gotta check my What's she talking about? I think you know what? I think the camera sound is coming through the camera. Let me hold on, check. Hold on, Hecht, and hold on, everybody. Where's the sound? Oh, I don't know. What's it? Check, baby. And it's on there. Check. Yeah. Uh-oh. No, it's here, man. It's here. I think let me check it anyway. Advanced audio property. There it is. See? Advanced audio properties. Main cam. What is that cam? I don't even know what this new cam is. The main cam. Oh no, main cam is wrong. Main cam. It's not right. Hold on. It's this one. It should be. This one should be 100. 100. Ah, stupid. Hold on. No, man. See, main cam's not even. Yeah, never mind. Mic aux 2 is what I'm doing. There you go. You got me all confuddled and confused. So mic aux 2 is 100. Left, right, monitor, and output, and everything else should be off. And turn everything off. Yeah. There you go. Good to go solo. Bridge is messing me up. Anyway, Bridge is in the house. Controlling air traffic control. Anyway, so the title of the show today is I'm Not Sorry. Was it? What is it again? I can't remember. Electron Bandit is not sorry. Is that how it goes? I don't know. I just made it up. Because I remember Greenie, Aaron Greenberg. Greenie's a cool nickname. I just don't. Anyway. Pete Hines, who's the Bethesda PR dude, was like saying, I'm sorry. People took it the wrong way. People took it like, oh, he's sorry that the Xbox Bethesda games are exclusive. That's not what he was saying. He was saying that he's sorry that you feel sad. No, we're not shiting on E3. E3 is, some people say E3 is irrelevant. Heck, I don't think it is. I think it's very important. But other people are. Ponies, not PlayStation fans, but ponies are like, E3 doesn't matter because Sony wasn't there, so that means it doesn't matter. It's like, yeah. And then they'll be like, oh, E3 was whack because Sony wasn't there. Like, yeah. E3 was alright. I mean, Microsoft and Nintendo showed up. Everybody else was like, yeah. Everybody was like, I think we have just show them the thing. We were working on some stuff, right? Just show them that. And then they were like, that's what you got to show? Uh-huh. That's good, right? I think we need to have a real E3. Sony had a thing, I thought. Did they not? No, they did not. I think it's supposed to be maybe next week or in July or something. They're supposed to have a state of play or a PlayStation experience. What's it called? Is that what it's called? Yeah, they're supposed to have one of those. I mean, who knows what's going to be in it? Because, okay, so Sony, let me move my mouse. So Sony is going to have, Sony's in a predicament, if you will. Now, so ponies will be like, yo, Sony makes the games, they bring in the games. The argument now is, we got these games, y'all ain't got no games, y'all ain't got nothing, right? Right, like released. Like, y'all ain't released nothing, blah, 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 right? It's like, okay. I mean, yeah, but, you know, it takes time to make games. Games is like, it's like, oh. I mean, honestly, if you want to break it down, think about it. the games that Sony's releasing for the PlayStation 5 are PlayStation 4 games. The ones that are only on PlayStation 5, I would say extra work has been done to Ratchet and Clank, but not really. Yes and no. Yes, in that it utilizes the SSD speed. No, in that everything else surrounding that game is a PS4 game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yes, the improved power gives them the ability to have more particle effects and such. But other than that, there's nothing else besides that SSD, the fast putting in the info to make the worlds come through. That's the only thing. I don't think that was hard to do because they were showing the speed of the SSD with a Spider-Man demo like 3 years ago. So I don't think that was like, you know what I'm saying? But everything else is PlayStation 4 games. Just because it ain't on PlayStation 4 doesn't mean it ain't a PlayStation 4 game. That's why it's out now. Because they were making it for the PlayStation 4. And they're like, well, let's just make it for PlayStation 5. And they slap a sticker on it, PlayStation 5 only. Look at Gran Turismo 7. They literally advertised it as PlayStation 5. We have video evidence, Your Honor. And then they flip the script. Is there a class action lawsuit in the works? I can't even say the word. Is there a class action lawsuit in the works? Because according to this video, Your Honor, I was led to believe that Gran Turismo 7 was only on PlayStation 5. Now I come to find out that it's not. I wasted $500. I would like to have my $500 back, please. Black. Wow. It is, it was Juneteenth yesterday, but whatever. Black. It's the new black. Always bet on black. There's a lot of black sayings. I mean, not black sayings. The sayings with the... Never mind. Hank says, I bought that Virtua Fighter joint, though. Even got PS Plus to play it online. Not knowing that Virtua Fighter 5 online code is kind of ass dependent. Yeah, you should... I could have told you that. The best... As far as I know, this is not being a fanboy or nothing. As far as I know, from what I've heard, because of the pandemic and all that stuff, they've looked into net code and all that stuff. They say the best net code of any game online is, drumroll please, Killer Instinct. Who'd have thunk it? They said that has the best net code. So I was like, no raggarts though. All the PS5 games of them are also available on PS4. Half, if not all. They're okay. So that's to my point. Like Ratchet and Clank, I say Ratchet and Clank can be done on a PlayStation 4. They would have to adjust some things and add some loading. He would have to flip a couple more times when he's going through the portal. It's possible. It's not impossible, right? You look at all them old games that had two worlds at the same time. They're acting like, oh, this is impossible. I played the medium on this computer. That is not a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. Slow mechanical hard drive it was playing off of. I played the medium. So you can't, Not all this, the power of the SSD. Like, yeah, okay. And only one game so far. I'm telling you, man. I don't think Ratchet and Clank's going to sell that much. They have over 100 million, they say 120 million, whatever. I mean, they keep increasing the number every time they say it, like 130, 140. I'm like, okay, how many is it really? It was like 100 and something, 10 or 15 at one point, but y'all keep going up. I don't understand. What's the actual number? Nobody's saying it. No one plays Killer Instinct though. That's true. But still, it's got the best net code. Is that why it has the best? Because it's always playing it? I don't know. But you look at all the games, and when they drop the Horizon Forbidden West and whatever else, God of War, that's the big one, right? God of War 2, Ragnarok's is also on PlayStation. I'm like, what? Just throw your hands up. Throw your hands, not in a good way. Just throw your hands like, what? Okay. If I bought a PlayStation, I would never buy a PlayStation 5, first of all. But if I did, if I wasn't against Sony in a way, I would be so furious right now. If Xbox pulled this, I would be like, okay, first y'all lied. Second, I could have waited. Now, right now, I'm waiting because it's hard to get a system, and also I'm broke, so I can't buy it. Trying to buy a computer first, system can wait. I got my Xbox One X. I'm good for a minute.
Although Forza Horizon 5 looked crazy delicious. I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, that looks so good. I know it's not gonna look as good on my Xbox One X, but I can suffer through the horrible graphics, last gen graphics, until I get an X, Series X. So my cutoff is next. I guess it's Halo. Well, wait, is it Halo? I think no, not Halo. Halo's coming this year. What's next year? I forgot what's next year. That's my cutoff for Xbox. It is my brain. I can't remember. Heck says I got my PS4 like end of 2019 for like $75 from a friend. Nothing like the new stuff I would play. I have my PC. True. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm probably gonna get like a swap shop PS4. I'd rather get the first gen. I don't care how loud it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be playing it that hard. I'm gonna get the last gen PS4. I already got Horizon Zero Dawn in my account because they were like free play days or whatever they're calling it, pandemic sale or whatever they're saying. I got it for free. It's on my account, so I'm like, I got one game for PlayStation 4, so I can play that. But you know. But it's you look at how they're handling this generation, and you look at what's going on, right? You got Sony, they're being quiet, right? But their silence is not helping. You know, it's almost like they're deaf. It's almost like they're ignoring their fans. They're letting their fans create the narrative, and they're not taking command of their narrative. You know, it's their business. It's their console. It's them. It's their ability to make money. And they're allowing these crazy people on Twitter to just go and say whatever they want to say. You know, be truth or be lies or be whatever. They're not correcting nobody. They're just let them talk. Let them fight the war. You know, meanwhile, Microsoft is like boom, 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 boom. P. Hines came out. He said something. Everybody was like, oh, there's something. And then he came out the next day. He was like, nah, that's not, nope. Y'all getting it twisted. Don't get your mains in a twisty. This is what I meant. And then he said, bam, bam, bam. And then Aaron Greenberg was like, I'm not sorry. He's like, I'm not sorry. F y'all ponies. Y'all can kick rocks with your hooves and the horseshoes. I need to stop calling them ponies, and I need to start calling them their true form, the Pegasus. Because they high, they flying, they got wings. They up in the skies and the clouds dreaming that Starfield is coming to. There are some fools still out there be like, yeah, it's gonna come. Yeah, it's too big to. It's too. So the PlayStation 5 is too big to be ignored. I'm like, y'all, okay, all right, y'all. If that's what y'all believe, sure, y'all could hold on to hope as long as y'all need to. They said it like 3 times. It's gonna be Scloozies. Hex says it's got that Last Guardian development cycle. No, I don't think so. I think they started development in 2017, as far as what they've said. And the creation engine is fairly new. It's a new engine that they're working in. So I mean, it's an evolution of their creation engine 1. Excuse me. So it's creation engine 2, and then the other piece of information that people are like, oh, it's nothing but cutscene CGI. I'm like, yeah, Starfield wasn't CGI. That was in game, using no cinematic tricks, no post processing, none of that. It's just that they moved the camera away from like the first person or third person perspective. But that's the game. That's what the game looked like. That's the graphics. I was like, oh snap, oh snap. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, if that's the graphics, then this is gonna be all right. And then he said Skyrim in space. I was like, that's all you gotta say, son. That's please Skyrim in space, Starrim, Skyfield, whatever you want to call it. I'm like, yo, I'm good. Give me that. Let me customize my ship with colors and rocket boosters and all kind of stuff. The inside, put pictures up. Let me upload pictures to put up. If it's like single player, I can put up whatever I want to put up. I put up. I put a Bridget, she be like, like that. She had clothes on though. Put like maple syrup on, like that. But pin up a Bridget right in my thing. I'm like, let's go. That's what my rocket's gonna sound like that. Hex says The Last Guardian was a PS2 game that didn't come out until PS4. It was still released for PS3 or something. No. It wasn't released for PS3. It was almost released for PS3, but I think they had a running prototype for PS3, but then they decided to wait because it was so late in the generation, and then they pushed it to PS4, and then that was kind of delayed too. So, but I think they definitely had a prototype running on PS3, but it wasn't released on PS3. I would have. What I would have? I don't know. Well, I mean, like games like The Last Guardian, Shadow of the Colossus, those type eco. I mean, those are cool because they're unique and they're otherworldly. They remind me of like Panzer Dragoon Saga, where it's like, ooh, it's an otherworldly Japanese type fantasy and all that stuff, and that's the draw for that type of game, and that's cool. It's kind of like they're kind of like AAA indie games, basically. You know, I wouldn't consider that a AAA game because if you look at the mechanics and sure, you'll have 10, 12 colossi, but honestly, you're just kind of doing the same thing. I mean, it's different kind of environments and scenarios. Well, not environments, but scenarios. But honestly, it's not that deep of a game, so it's like, okay. So it's kind of like a AAA indie, which is what Hellblade, the first Hellblade, was. The second one, I don't know. It might not be that triple. I mean, they doubled their studio number, so it still might be sort of indie, but I don't think. I think their quality of production is so high that they can have a small team and still put out some craziness. They don't need 1,000 people working on a game. That's when your team is like, okay, we need help. But when you had a team of 30 people, they had like 13 people on the first game of Hellblade. Second game, I think they got like 30 people, and they're killing it. I'm like, I mean, from what I've seen, I've seen a few little bits and bobs, and like that little thing they showed last blah 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 blah. Let me find it. Where's my thing at? Hellblade 2. Oh, that's me. That's not what I wanted to do. There it is. Is that the right one? Yeah, that's the right one. Beady beep, beady beep, beady beep, beady beep, beep. Was that the? I think that was Xbox's, right? I hate going and hitting IGN's video because they're like IGN in the corner. I'm like, get missing on my video. Then at the end they put all their stupid things on there, and I hate it. Let me see if Facebook is working because it wasn't before. Hold on. This guy's he's the creative director. He's the creative director. But yeah, he usually has. I think he has crazy hair still. He usually has crazy hair all flinging out, but he has a hat on, so I guess it's. They still didn't. Yo, Facebook be tripping, yo. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I think I have to. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Everybody move to the music. Anyway, this guy's talking. Blah, blah, blah. He's got a British accent. I don't know where he's from. Anyway, that didn't work. Anyway, so let's fast forward. Do right here. All footage game, work in progress, and not final. So this is, the stuff that's in game is in game. Does that make sense? That's in game. I can show you some stuff that's in game. There's a particular shot that's in game. Then I'm like, oh snap. Some of it is just real footage. That's in game. Some of it's real footage. That's in game. Some of it's real footage. That's in game. Look at that. Look at those graphics. Oop, went too far. Look at those. Okay, so it's crushed to hell on YouTube, so you can see the banding, and it's blurry as hell. What am I on? HD 1080p. Is that the highest? Yeah, it's the highest. Sorry, not sorry. But look at those graphics. Look at the shadows on her back. Look at how they're moving because she's moving. Look at it. She has a cool ponytail now. It's neater than it was last game, which means the graphics are better. Look at the things hanging, and the fire and smoke and shadows, and there's lights too. Look how the light bends and moves. Look at all the ray tracing. I don't know if there's ray tracing, but I will assume that there's ray tracing. Look at it. Look at the bling blangs on the hair. Look at the highlights. Okay, so I think that's all. There's probably more footage. I don't know if that's real in game or that's not real. That's a real seal. That's not. Is that real? It's hard to tell. That's probably in game. It's weird. This whole like presentation that they showed was like super weird. But I was like, oh, okay. What is going on? Oh, wait. Let's go back. Hold up. I saw things. That is real. That is holy. I just noticed it right now. That's real. I mean, I'm sorry. That's gameplay. That's in the engine, right? Because you see all the little people right there, oh, right here. There's like little people in there. It's like they're just on the T-pose. There isn't a bunch of people in white costumes on the top of a mountain in Iceland in the T-pose. This is unreal. So I'm looking at this, and at first I'm like, oh, that's real? No, that's not real. Oh, what is going on? That's freaking Unreal Engine. Look at that. Dude. I did not know that was Unreal Engine when I first saw that. But now I'm seeing it frame for frame. Yeah. That's crazy. That's Unreal. Could tell. That's Unreal. That's Unreal, obviously. Doing material. Look at the materials. That's Unreal, yes. So there's a lot of it. Let's go back to that. But now I'm looking at this. It's like, wait, is this Unreal? I don't think that's Unreal. I think that is. Although there's some debris down here. You see it down here? I'm like, okay, is it? Now I'm confused. And you know the funny thing is that's them. That's not the game. The funny thing is that they I'm looking at it. Wow, so good. They showed the other game, Project Kara, and that one they showed like inside of an apartment. That was all in game, in engine, Unreal Engine 5. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I thought it was real. I thought it was, and then they showed the actual apartment where they actually shot that stuff. I was like, oh snap! It looks just like it. I was like, where's the pixels? Where's the jaggies? I couldn't find them. That's in game. This game is gonna be bananas, man. That was in game too. See if we can go back one more. Let's do this. So this isn't too spectacular, that shot, but it's because of the. Well, actually, you should be paying attention to the particle effects and the fire and stuff. Hello. There you go. So this, I guess that's one of the giants, the giant guy we saw in the cliff the other time. That's freaking cool. I'm glad they're doing like kind of, not mythological. Well, I mean, it might be mythological as far as, not mythological as far as Zeus and them, but as far as the Norse tradition, maybe there's some supernatural mythology stuff that they're going to have, which is cool. Look at this stuff. This is all model work. Her face. It's kind of cool. There's probably there was a lot of imagery, kind of dreamlike imagery in the first game, so this might be part of it. This is what I wanted to get to. There's a particle system. If you look in the back here, this crumbles down. I guess that's part of it's called Niagara on Unreal. So it's like just a particle system, whether it's water or the birds flying around. What's that? I guess those are runes, but maybe that was like the. I don't know what that was. I don't recognize any of the runes because my memory's bad. But yeah, this is all model work. You can tell it's like kind of just stylized, distorted model stuff, which is cool. I mean, I think the one problem with this is that it's just so fast when they played it back. So I think I might grab this video and slow it down to like quarter speed or something so we can kind of look at it. It'd probably be like this faster, maybe a little slower, but like all this stuff is like it's like in game. It's I would say in engine, but it's just kind of special effectsy type of stuff. But again, a lot of this stuff is what the imagery is for the. There you go. There she go. So good. Wait, that was that the same shot? I mean, it was the same shot, but is it? Did they re-up it or something? Does it look a little better? Look at that hand. It's hard to tell. Maybe they'll use the full motion video like they did in the last game. Who knows? Oh, here we go. So they have the motion data for her already, which is, I don't know how I feel about her doing all of the stunt stuff because they had a stunt actor doing it in the first game, which looked cool. Okay, she's fighting herself. I guess if it lends to the story, then I would say yes. Like maybe the first game was mostly all hallucinatory. Is that a word? Whatever. And this game is her actually fighting, so she's not as whatchamacallit. But what they can do is they can refine her animation, so if something looks a little weird, they can always tweak that stuff, so it's not a big deal. But look at that. Look at those graphics, B. Come on, son. You can't. Come on, son. Look at those graphics. Those are graphic. That's not real. That's not her in makeup. That's Unreal Engine, B. That's real. It's just like, look at those graphics. It's so good. It's like you can see a little bit like right here. You can see some polygonal stuff happening there, but dude, and I can kind of see some. But Unreal's really good about post processing and pixels and stuff. But I give her super props for going through and doing the weapons training and the fight choreography training and stuff. That's some hard stuff to do, so she gets props. Okay, particle effects go crazy. See, a lot of this stuff is them testing the engine too to see what they can pull off. And this is what, like, if you think about it, right? This is what next gen is about. It's about testing the new stuff. It's not like, oh, we're gonna take an old game and add some stuff and make it look better. I mean, come on, son. That's like just getting by. It's like, it's good enough. It's better than the last game. It'll wow the fans. We'll fool them with this garbage. Meanwhile, you got studios like Ninja Theory who are busting out all this crazy stuff. Like, yo, what? Look at that. Look at them graphics, B. Look, she about to eat my head like, eat it up. Eat my head. We're moving on. Still looks good. Look at that. She looks very upset. That might be a word that I would use to describe. See, I don't know what's real. And that's the funny thing. That was one of the lines from Project Mara. It was like, was it Mara or Kara? Mara. Project Mara. It's like, I don't know what's real or not. I don't know what's real anymore. And that the whole thing was freaking in engine. And I was like, yo, they just totally pulled a fast one on us. Look at that. Look at that. Look at them graphics. Well, is that a metal? I'm trying to see if that's whatchamacallit. That's a metal. I think it's a metal. Little birdie there. That's her. I think that's a scan of her. Yeah, I think that was a scan, or that's it might be a model, but I think they did a scan of her as well. What is that? They just got just random stuff. Eyeballs. That looks like video. Excuse me. Yeah, they need to warn people before they watch this that epilepsy warning, because it's so flashy. So flashy. Not in a flashy in the light flashing way, not flashy in the bling blang, bling blow. Pull the focus. Okay. Oh, that's a model. Wow, they got the rigging system. That's kind of cool. Okay, so I don't know how deep you are into CG, Hecht, but this is interesting because you got bones, you got bone, and then all of these are bones as well. But these are the handles basically. These and these back here. That's kind of cool. Are these handles too, or is I don't? It's interesting how they built that. That's so cool. Wait, they were moving the arms. See, that's cool. Man, I hope they go deep in all this stuff like later. And look at that. Look at the arm come up. Oh wow, the hand. Wait, give me some more. Give me some more. Come on. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay. So, was that guy? No, I don't think that was that guy. Because this guy looks way like bigger. So that's pictures. Because they were also, what they were doing was they're doing photogrammetry, but they're also doing they're capturing their own textures and stuff instead of like going to texture.com or whatever. They're getting all their own textures and stuff for so they're actually doing practical makeup and then scanning that in and putting it on a model, which is cool. And they're doing that the same with the wardrobe. They're doing the same thing with the wardrobe. So I'm like, yo, they actually like making the characters for real in movies, and like kind of like a movie, and they're scanning it all into the game. So it's like, so it's so cool how they're kind of approaching it. They're approaching this game as if it were basically a movie, and I appreciate it. And it'll show in the that's the game. It'll show in the that's also the game. Those are models there, which is cool. How many did they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different models. That's pretty dope. They're all different. Yeah, they're all different. That's pretty dope. Oh, 7. Okay, that's a picture. I had to scan them in. I think that's him. Maybe it might not be, but still looks cool. And this is also an indication that it's not just gonna be Senua, and then a whole bunch of bird dudes in masks and stuff, and freaking cow masks or whatever they were. Not bird dudes, but you know what I'm saying. That's her in the. See what I'm saying? Like they took. They have her head. I mean, they're capturing like the texture work and all that stuff for the costume and her skin for the model, and then her head is a separate model, which this is how they usually do it. This is how I've seen it done, where they'll do the body, and plus her face it'll change as well, according to the game. But they don't need to capture that, and they don't need to capture her hair obviously because it's different in the game. But yeah, this is the camera setup there. Look at all those cameras. That's like more cameras than they used in the Matrix, which was a long time ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. A lot of cameras. I don't know how many cameras, but a lot. There you go. More than. It's crazy. I don't even know what kind of cameras they were. I know they're DSLRs, but they're probably 4K. They use Sony. They use Sony cameras. Well, they were using it for the material work. So I can't tell what they are here. I think they're are they Sony or Canon? They kind of look like Canons. Yeah, they look like Canons. Yeah, they might be Canons. And I don't know if it would be a 4K. I mean, it would make sense to capture it in 4K. Oops. Oh, did that again. Baby shark. Ah. Go back. I like to see the meshes. So this, okay, I'm gonna say with 100% confidence that this is in game, based off. Okay, the real reason why I was late today is because I was rendering something in Blender, and it was going over time, so I stopped it. And I messed up the focal length on the last shot, so anyway. But yeah, this is 100% in game, 100%. So based off of what we've seen from Unreal Engine 5, what we've seen from them using Unreal Engine 5 or even at the tail end of Unreal Engine 4. Yeah. Now this is crazy. Okay, so look how many triangles this dude has. That's why you don't see. Look how many That's why you don't see any hard edges, squareness. He's smooth as. That's a lot of geometry on this one character. That's not typical. So I don't know what's going on with that, but that's crazy. Look at that. I mean, the face, yes, I would say the face probably has that much, but the whole body like that, no way. So they're pushing it, man. Look at that. That's crazy. Look at that. Look at those graphics. Look at those graphics, my friends. Ooh-wee. Oh, look at those graphics. Look at those. Oh man, so many good graphics. I never went through this slow. That's from I think that was from the first video. That looks like a freaking Unreal Engine 4 thing right there, doesn't it? Like some of it's like, but some of it's like, oh, okay, what y'all doing? I like that. They have the 3D triangles and stuff. 3D meshes. I mean, my thing is, the main thing, we know this game is going to look gorgeous and good and beautiful and all that stuff. But what is the story? Like how, like, I want to know what her saga is. Because the first game was kind of messed up. I mean, it was messed up. And look at that. So, Heck says something about, man, my router's giving me problems. You have a good cast though. Thank you, Heck. I appreciate you dropping in and stuff. If you would, you probably are already following me on, subbing me on YouTube. But if you haven't subbed me on YouTube, go sub or tell a friend to sub on you. I'm trying to get more subs on YouTube. I got like 2 subs. I don't have a lot of subs, but I'm trying to work on it. But yeah, man, have a good rest of your day. What time is it? 7:40. So it's like 4 or something for you. Yeah, have a good rest of the day. Try to stay cool, my friend. Stay cool. Right on. I think I am. I appreciate it. You are the best. And let me know. Drop a link in chat if you want to pimp out anything that you got to pimp out. I'll put it on Twitter and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's all love here, B. It's all love. But yeah, almost 5:0. Poor AC is always on. Going. But yeah, man, just drop a link in chat and I'll drop it on. I'll drop it in my tweeters so they can go buy some stuff from you, B. But yeah, man, have a good one. I'm not paying attention to Senua, my new favorite Scandinavian. Is she Scandinavian? I mean, it's they're filming in Iceland, so Icelandian. So I would assume this looks like gameplay, and that definitely looks like her run. Like she runs weird. She doesn't run like yo, I'm a warrior, I'm running. She runs like my foot hurts or something. No, she doesn't run like. But yeah, that looks like her run cycle, which is cool. Yeah, I mean that's in game, but it's so blurry you can't really see anything. That's some nice fire though. They got that fire game up though. Ain't gonna lie. It's alright. Stop with the black. Come on. I don't know what's going on. It broke it. It's broke it. Wow. Okay, hello. Oh, I guess there was probably somebody talking like, oh, but that bubba mama bubba. There we go. Back to school again. That's oh yeah. I'm on fire. Ah. And she like, man, you better put yourself out. I don't know. And that's it. Then she's like, I don't know what she's saying, but yeah. And that was the slow version of Hellblade. That wasn't. But my whole thing, I mean, not my whole thing, but you're looking at why the ponies are like, I love PlayStation because they give us the games, quote unquote, the games. But what are the games? What the games are you talking about? You know? I had to move a little bit. Okay. You know, and it's cinematic. Excuse me. It's cinematic. Oh, and it's third person. I mean, it's what Hellblade's doing, but I think, like, if you think about what Hellblade, the first one was, it was about, you know, mental illness in a, what do you say, 9th century Viking in village or something. And the second one is in the same century because she's still alive. So, but if you think about how they're tackling like mental illness and the topic of mental illness in games versus The Last of Us 2, where there's PTSD in that game in The Last of Us 2. There's also, I mean, there's PTSD in Hellblade, the first one, but it's from abuse, not from well, it's from abuse and traumatic events. But I think that Hellblade handled that stuff better than The Last of Us. The Last of Us is like a movie that's just like the shock and awe more than the importance of the actual subject matter. It was more of a Hollywood type of story, not a Hollywood happy ending type. I'm talking about Hollywood in the sense that, oh, it's about revenge and murder and sadness. It's like, okay. And you think about like the steps where it goes here and it goes there and this person dies and then it gets to the end and you feel like crap. And it's like it's like, thank goodness I'm done with this game. Hellblade is different in that it makes you think about the character more than, I think it makes you have more sympathy, definitely more sympathy for, or empathy, both for Senua more than Ellie. You know, and some people say Ellie's the bad guy in The Last of Us Part 2. And I'm like, you know what? You might be right. And I'm pulling off calluses because my hand is rough. I'm a rough man. So yeah, I don't know. I think Hellblade 2 will be better than The Last of Us Part 2. I said it. I mean, graphically, obvious. Story-wise, yes, but I think the first Hellblade game was it wasn't just straight up, oh, this person killed, but then it was very much about the journey of experiencing the journey of a person who has mental disorder. So you were in the eyes and the mind of a person with mental disorder. So all the things that you saw, all the hallucinations, all the things that weren't real, all the things that were real, all the traumas, everything was kind of mishmashed and thrown at you in a way that you're like, if you don't understand what it is, you know, a person who hasn't had those type of things, you won't really, I mean, I guess it's a good illustration of what it's like, but you won't understand what it is unless somebody tells you, yeah, this is what it's like. Then you say, okay, this is what it's like. Now I've experienced it once, so you can kind of look at another game or a second game and say, oh, okay, this is kind of like what it's like. And, you know, seeing hallucinations, talking to dead characters and all that stuff. I mean, I guess. I don't know. But they got in contact with doctors and all this stuff, and they did their due diligence as far as creating that game. So I give them props. They didn't have to do all that. They could have made an arcadio, tropey-ass game, but they didn't. You know, that's why Ninja Theory is top tier developer. Them and Playground. I said it before. I'll say it again. Them and Playground, the best acquisitions Microsoft has made recently. And that was recently. It was last year or two. Or 2 or 3. But yeah, you know, that, I mean, Bethesda, obviously, that was last year. But, and it's so crazy. It's like, what's gonna happen as far as video games go, as far as next gen, as far as Xbox. There's a lot to look forward to. On the PlayStation side, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing that the ponies. Here's the thing that the Pegasus. Is Pegasus plural? Or is let's see. Oh, can't spell plural. Of Pegasus. Plural of Pegasus is Pegasi? Is that real? Is that no? Correction. The correct Greek plural of Pegasus is Pegasus. I can't even read that. Correct plural of Pegasus is either Pegasi or Pegasuses. Pegasides? Pegasides. That doesn't sound right. So I'm not going to say that. Pegasi or Pegasuses. Pegasi. I guess I'll say Pegasi. Huh. Because I'm not Greek. Pegasi or Pegasuses. Pegasi. I'll say Pegasi. Anyway. So, some Pegasi will have you believe that, okay, if we go back to last gen, if we go back to 20, blah, 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 so 2 gens ago, so Xbox 360, PS3, right? PS3 came out the gate, stumbling, fumbling, exactly what Xbox One did, right? But they got their stuff together that generation, and they came out with some bangers at the end, right? And then they started off PlayStation 4 generation pretty good. It still took them a couple of years to get to the new console hardware because it was different architecture, so they had to start over, so three more years. The only difference between them then and now is that they didn't have to start over with this one. Is basically a continuation of PlayStation 4 as far as APIs and stuff, so that's why a lot of them are cross-gen games, which is easy now. And that's why all those devs were like, oh, it's so easy to make PS5 games because you're making PS4 games, you dumbass. Come on, son. If you think about all the things they were saying, it's like, oh, because it's a freaking PS4. Thanks. Oh my gosh. It's like a faster PS4 with a faster hard drive. That's literally what the PS5 is. And better graphics and stuff, but it's so crazy. And the half-ass job they did with the backwards compatibility is showing because none of their older games perform better. They're just regular old PS4 games. I'm like, what's the point? Oh, you want the news? You got to buy the PS5 version. Then they make that whole process convoluted. I'm like, man, what y'all? I don't get it, y'all. I mean, shoot. Y'all were on top. And you're barely skimming. You're barely coasting being on top right now. But you know what? The bombers, the heavy hitters, they stretching. They warming up in the bullpen, baby. They're like, yo, we about to get some work in. You ready? Yeah, we ready. You ready? Yeah, we ready. I don't think they're ready though. Man, I'm gonna tell you what. I mean, it's already kind of happening, and you see like kind of the rhetoric on Twitter and stuff. All the Pegasi are scared. They're scared, and they're coming up with narratives like, oh, y'all ain't playing no games. We're playing games now. I was like, all right. Now is only now. And in the next 6 months, we getting 6 games. What are y'all getting? 1? Y'all get 1 game? Is that all you getting? I mean, maybe 2. But those are like, 2 of the games that they're getting are actually Microsoft games. Hey, Legend, aloha. Glad you could show up. Yo, I don't know what's up with Facebook. It wasn't working, so I was like, I couldn't get it. It wasn't popping up, so I might have to occasionally on my Restreamo, I have to I gotta reset it. It's a pain in the butt, but I appreciate you popping in, Legend. Also, I do appreciate the comments and the participation. You get a participation trophy. There you go. A platinum. But yeah, I'm just talking about the changes in the tide as far as video games go. I mean, that being said, God of War, even though it's cross gen, it's gonna be a banger. But once again, I always gotta go back, and a lot of people who have this mentality of last gen is holding this gen back, which is true. I'm not gonna be like, oh, that's not true. Why they be like it's literally true. And the reason why cross gen exists is business. They want to make as much money as possible. And when it's explained, you say, okay, I understand that, but still, God of War Ragnarok will not be the best that it could be on this hardware. Period. The Horizon Forbidden West, it will not be. Is it gonna have flying? No, because the dev said we can't do it on PS4. So unless they're gonna be two separate games, two different games, there's flying in PS5 and PS4 is no flying. I don't know. If they do that, that'd be cool. Or maybe they put out the base game and then there's an expansion that's only PS5. Maybe they do that. Maybe that'd be a move that they can do, and that'd be all right too. Yeah, their PlayStation is it's a rough situation because they have to cater to the PS4 audience. It's a big install base, and so it's like, yo, we can't just leave them behind. Herman Holtz was like, yo, we can't leave. Are you crazy? Meanwhile, Jim Ryan's like, yeah, whatever. Like, leave them fools in the dust. Let's go PS5, baby. And then it's like two heads of PlayStation saying two different things. This is almost exactly like what happened in 2013 when the Xbox One launched, and everybody was saying something different. All these interviews, Major Nelson saying something different, Don Matrick saying something different. I don't know if Phil Spencer was saying anything, but everybody was saying something different. The message was messed up, lack of consistent, messaging. Same thing's happening here on the PlayStation side this time. And Microsoft, Xbox, I guess they learned their lesson because there's no confusion now. It's exclusive. There was kind of confusion because people are like, oh, he said sometimes. He said the. So that means it's going to be the, not exclusive. I'm like, come on. That's not. Stop it. Stop it. But yeah, man. My bad. Let me do this. There you go. But yeah. But besides all that console war stuff, whatever. That's entertaining. It's not, it's just a distraction to, the main event, which is games, of course. But more so games, we'll get new games. And if you look at the PlayStation 4, their iterations, their improvements on previous gen, sure. That's what all new games are. But I think we will see faster and more of a leap as far as innovation in gaming on the Xbox side, only because they have the freedom to do it with Game Pass, and also they don't have. Yes, there are cross-gen games, but they're not. It's not a huge thing for them. They're not like, oh, we have to keep supporting Xbox One forever and ever. Like, nah, we lost that. We're not totally ignoring them, but we're like, yeah, 2 years. And then you better go buy another system. They said that. They're like 2 years. We're going to support it for about 2 years. Sony said double that. Said 3 to 4 years. Because they basically sold double the systems. So math, dumb math means they sold double, so they have to support it twice as long? Sure. That sounds right. But yeah, so I'm like, okay. So using that, and plus I add a year for, the apocalypse. So not 2022, but more so like 2023, we're going to see on the Xbox side, it's going to be like, boom. I would say more about the end of 2023. It's all Xbox Series stuff. Maybe there's some smaller devs that'll do cross-gen still, but I'm going to say for the most part, at that point, it's going to be all Series. As far as PlayStation, their two biggest games. I'm going to say it. Their two biggest franchises are cross-gen. And they're coming out next year. I'm going to say Horizon is going to come out next year. So, that being said, if you want a sequel to Horizon Forbidden West and or God of War Ragnarok, you're gonna have to wait at least another 3 years because those games are not quick quickies. They're not they're one and dones, but they're not quickie games. You can't spit that out in 2 years. The originals were 5 years, and I'll say 3 years for a shorter experience, but a sequel. So you're looking at 2025 for actual God of War, next gen God of War, for real, next gen God of War, for real, next gen Horizon. As far as Spider-Man goes, I'm gonna assume they're working on Spider-Man 2, whatever they're gonna call it, right? And if they started, see, I don't even know if that game's gonna be true next gen either, because if they're working on the same architecture to get the games out faster, the same. That's why it's so fast. It's so easy to make PlayStation 5 games because it's basically a PlayStation 4, the API and everything. Are PlayStation 5 games ever gonna be quote unquote PlayStation like next gen? You know what I mean? Or is the PlayStation 5 actually not really a quote unquote next gen system in that it's really more like a super powerful PlayStation 4 Pro? And I don't mean that to diminish it. I mean, it's like, okay, they look at the PlayStation 4 Pro, they say, okay, same CU count for graphics, right? Yes, the architecture is the next gen, so they get the benefits of the newer the newer architecture, the newer processes, and the newer advancements and the efficiencies. That's the word I was looking for, of the newer stuff, right? So, and plus the I/O of the SSD and all that stuff that they improved. But you think about it, it's like they're not giving you any more. They're not giving you more graphic horsepower as far as number CU counts, but the CUs are more powerful. So, in essence, if you think about it, right? Yes, it's more powerful than PlayStation 4 Pro, but they maintain the same CU count. So it seems like it's almost, it's not a step backwards, but it's not a giant step forward. So like say if like the Xbox, they went with 56 minus 4, so I think it's 52, right? And that's more of a step forward, next gen speaking, because yes, they're more powerful and they have more. And their Sony's solution, Mark Cerny's solution, was to overclock everything, which is it's gonna cause problems. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna cause problems. Every time I've tried to overclock some stuff, I've had issues. Granted, the graphics card that I've been overclocking, barely overclocking, I did it myself once, and then I said, I'm just sticking with the manufacturer overclock, the one that they had, the preset overclock, because I'm like, I don't know, if I do it too, I'm gonna break something. So I'm gonna break something, and this is the only graphics card I got, and blah blah blah. So I was like, all right, this is cool, but it. I feel bad for the people who have bought a PlayStation 5 already, because I have a feeling that Sony will sooner than later come out with a reiteration of the PlayStation 5, an update, if you will, that will have better specs, better cooling, all the things that are bad with the PlayStation 5 right now. It'll have a freaking internal SSD at that point. I don't even think that this version of the PlayStation 5, I don't think they're gonna ever open up that slot for the SSD. I don't know if they're gonna do that. By the time that opens up, it'll be a new PlayStation 5. PlayStation 5 Pro or PlayStation 5 Slim or whatever they're gonna call it. Actually, if you go back, let's just damn the BS is flowing today. Come on, it's not BS. It's true. Tell me what's BS, and I will say if it's not or not. I'll let you know if I'm capping. I'll cap. If I'm capping, I will be honest with the cap. Does that make sense? I'll be honest with the capping. But what was I gonna say? No, I just have a feeling it's like if the PlayStation 5 came out in 2019, I understand it. Like how it is right. Like, yup, that would have been dope in 2019. They had 2 years. They would have killed it. They would have killed everything. But I don't know if it would have been the same. It probably wouldn't be as powerful because I think they did some revisions after they found out what was going on with the Xbox. So that's why it's so weird. That's why you don't have an internal SSD right now, because the hardware wasn't ready, and they overspec'd it. So now they have to wait for the industry to catch up, which is weird. I'm pretty sure that they can put a firmware update in the PS5 to accept right now, today, SSDs. Why they're not doing it, I have no idea. I mean, maybe it'll cause some instabilities in their testing. I don't know. And the problem is they're not saying nothing. They're not letting nobody know nothing. All the PlayStation 5 fans who bought PlayStation 5 put their money down on PlayStation 5s. They're like, yo, what's the deal? Can I get me a SSD up in here, please? I mean, at least that. They're not saying nothing. It's kind of, it's frustrating, just generally speaking, when nobody says nothing. It's like, all right, y'all don't want to say nothing? Forget y'all. Let me know when stuff is ready. I'm going to be over here doing this other stuff because, it don't make no sense, man. And this is generally speaking. If somebody's like going to be like, just talking BS and not telling you stuff, and you're a company trying to sell me a product, but just like, that you sell me a car, like, oh well, the brakes is an upgrade. I mean, there's gonna be update on your braking system. It's like, wait, what? I mean, they work though. I mean, it works. They're not that good though. They work. That's a bad example. Anyway, PlayStation's in a good place because of the output of their studios. Not because of Jim Ryan. Jim Ryan is doing everything in his power to destroy PlayStation. Everything he does is like, what? And then Herman Hulst is coming back like, just get James, go over there. Now this is what is really going on. And then he said, like, okay, that Herman, you make sense. I like you. Jim needs to go. Jim need to go over there in the corner and read his books. And stop it. Herman Hulst need to be the CEO. But you know what? I mean, he understands about the money and stuff. And that's why, Gorilla isn't making Days Gone 2. That's a Herman Hulst. That's a Herman Hulst call. That wasn't Jim Ryan. That was Herman Hulst. Herman was like, yeah, nah. It's like, nah. That first one ain't made. I mean, it made some money. It made like $2, but nah. And that's an exaggeration. That's a cap right there. But I'm just saying, I guess for the standards of Sony and what they wanted to make their projections, Days Gone didn't do it. So, and that's a shame because Days Gone had the foundation. It's almost like, remember the first Assassin's Creed? I was like, yo, I mean, that was kind of cool, but it was kind of whack and rickety and repetitive, right? And then Assassin's Creed 2 came out, and it was like, yo, Ezio, this is dope. All right, let's go. It was good. Now they're on Assassin's Creed 29 right now, because that's how good the second one was. Imagine if they would have done that with Days Gone. Add some different enemies, not just a zombie bear, but, you got to grow, you got to nurture these things. And they were talking about that. I said this before, and it was Jim Ryan. That's double talking. It's like, oh, you have to nurture your studios. You just can't buy, hits. And it's like, okay, in one hand, you're saying you got to nurture your studios. On the other hand, you're closing Japan studios. You didn't let that group that was polishing all your games actually form up a studio. I don't know what happened. Most of them left. You didn't greenlight Days Gone 2. What? I mean, yes, they're making their own new IP, so honestly, that might be the better move. So I'm not gonna be like, all right, Jim Ryan's destroying. Oh, I said it before. Jim Ryan's destroying PlayStation. But I will say that Herman Hulst definitely needs to step up and be the front man for PlayStation. Jim Ryan needs to stay in the shadows. Don't talk anymore. Please don't talk. If you want PlayStation to thrive and survive, and be there, be up in there, to maintain, to keep the crown. Jim needs to step to the side. You got Herman and pull Shuhei. Shuhei needs to come up to. I mean, he's the indie guy dude now. He's the indie games dude now. And I'm like, he got demoted. They pretty much like. I'm like, that's messed up, because he was wasn't he the games guy that he took? Herman Holtz took his job, I think, right? Actually, I'm not sure. Don't take my word for that, but he was higher up than just indie dude, right? So I'm like, it's kind of like I was gonna say gentrification, but it's not. It's like the European wing of PlayStation took over the Japanese wing, basically. You know what I mean? I mean, you had Jack Tretton. He was good. Jack Tretton was the best CEO, I'ma say, of PlayStation. Period. He was the most charismatic. Even though I was like, that was the PS3 era into the PS4, and when PS4 launched, he bounced. But I was like, although the PlayStation 3 is kind of hot trash garbage, you know, Jack is all right. I like to hear him talk. He was personable. He had a nice face. He was like, he's a guy you want to hang out with. Like, he seems like a nice fella. Sean Layden, he was cool. I mean, I'm not hating on Sean. He was all right. I mean, his t-shirts were a little tight, but you know, that's not a big thing. He was cool. And then Jim Ryan came and just like, okay, yeah, what? You know? It's kind of like how I feel about Aaron Greenberg. I'm like, Aaron Greenberg as the what is he? The ad dude. The vice president, the president of ad commercials, whatever. I think he should step back too. Not step back as far as his role, as far as doing his job, but he doesn't need to be on camera talking. They need someone else up there talking, because he doesn't do that well of a job. He doesn't do that good of a job. He doesn't do a great job of talking, of doing those things. Like I think Pete Hines is way better. He feels more. I'm not saying Aaron Greenberg is not genuine, but it feels like he's trying too hard. Sometimes. And it feels like, it's a little bit cringy, you know? And I think his enthusiasm is a little too much. It shows a little bit through too much, and it doesn't feel like it's genuine. Even though it may be genuine, it's just, it feels weird watching it, you know? And so I'm like, I mean, when I watch Pete Hines talk, and he's talking about his sons are gonna play Redfall when it comes out, blah blah blah, and I was like, yo, all right. And he was, you know, he's laughing and talking. I was like, yeah, he feels like a real person there. And then I don't know, it's hard to describe. Like, it's almost like, I don't know. Some people just have a natural charisma level. Charisma level 9. You know, I guess Aaron Greenberg's charisma level isn't as high as or it's not his charisma level. It's just his natural flow, which I guess you can say is charisma. The people have different levels. You know what I mean? And so I think Pete Hines has more. And that's not to say that that Aaron Greenberg's bad at his job. I think he's good at his job. I think the Outer Worlds 2 is a perfect example of how Aaron Greenberg and Pete Hines are good at their jobs, because that had to go through them. That whole trailer had to go through them. Whoever wrote that, I want to know who wrote that. Let's look at that up real quick. Let's look at that up. Oh, hold on. I just broke something. Oops. Yeah, okay. So who wrote I can't spell wrote the Outer Worlds 2 trailer. Did they even know? Do they even know who wrote it? Come on, Google. You're supposed to have this damn Game Informer first, see if there's actually some information. I don't. Whatever. Get out of my face. Ben Reeves is pretty funny. He did an interview with what's his name? Tim Schafer, and it was pretty funny. So who wrote it? Maybe it was it's probably the guys who I've been hoping to understand. Well, which was it? The feature looked it doesn't want to original of the world. So I don't care. I'll see you. This isn't really on news, but the bullet revealed that been trying for yourself. He admits the game is still in development, so the developers don't have much to show. Yeah, there's no information there. Okay. I would expect Game Informer to have the most information. They get pretty deep in some stuff. Yeah, I don't see. Can you romance Ellie in the Outer Worlds? Who's Ellie? I don't remember that. I don't remember that character. So yeah, nobody knows. Boom, nobody knows who wrote the Outer World. Maybe I need to put a question mark. Boop. Is there a Reddit? There was a Reddit. I'll do Reddit. Let's see. There has to be. See this monster? Say goodbye to it forever. That was funny. That whole trailer, that was so good. Yeah, okay, that's not right. That's the Love Out Australia continues the theme of making fun of corporate consumerism like the game before it did. So, I guess so. Spacer's Choice. Oh, I remember Spacer's Choice is one of the brands. So, I thought the internet had all the answers. Does anybody know who wrote this damn thing? I don't mind the crew. Whole crew, the old crew now. Yeah, I mean there should be, as long as what's her name? I forgot her name. What's her homegirl? Ashley Birch did her voice. She's a good character. She's a cool. I think she was biased. Maybe she was. I think she was gay. She was a gay character. Yeah, she was, because she wanted to go with the captain of the whatever the station. For those complaining about exclusivity, think for a second. There would be a sequel. There wouldn't be a sequel if Obsidian wasn't bought by someone. Hell, we probably wouldn't have got any DLC for the first game. Obsidian was not in a good place before being acquired. Platforms are competing for space in the industry and for our money. So exclusivity is not a surprise. I, for one, am glad MS took it. At least it will be available in most platforms. Xbox, PC, thank God. Switch maybe, mobile with xCloud. It would be worse if PlayStation had bought the studio, and even worse if no one had. That's kind of true, because they would have made it PlayStation exclusive, and for a while at least, and then the PC version would have came out like 2 or 3 years after. Stop it. Excuse me. So yeah. Nobody knows. Does anybody know? I can't believe I missed the spread at the beginning of the trailer. What it did give away for what this game was. What was that? The that little creature was a sprat. I don't even remember what the sprats were in the first game. I remember those gorilla dudes. I hated those. The graphics in the first game were real good. Stylized, but they were good. I never did play the DLCs though. The murder on whatever. I wanted to play that, but I never did. Yeah, nobody knows. Boom, nobody knows. Kelsey Beecham. Wow. Okay, let's see if this person wrote it. Kelsey Beecham, writer of the Outer Worlds, has been hired by Obsidian was hired by Obsidian, creators of the Outer Worlds. Guess what, fellow humans? Obsidian hired my dang face. You know what? I think this person wrote it. It's my first week and I'm so excited. Also, don't worry, I'm working on a clearer mnemonic. I don't even know what that is. Possibly Obsidian's the studio I work for. And they made the Outer World. If you found yourself mixing up Outer Worlds and Outer Wilds and Outer Worlds, you might appreciate this handy mnemonic. I don't know how to say that word. You know you're a real writer when you got two consonants put together slapping. Outer Worlds is an I in it because that's... Outer Wilds has an I in it because that's the game I wrote for. Wait, what? Oh! My brain... Okay. I didn't realize... that's what happens when you don't read. So the Outer Worlds people hired the writer from the Outer Wilds. And Outer Wilds was a really really well written game. Like the story and the whole... It's crazy. I was like, oh, okay. So that's good. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Well, whatever. Starfield's trailer with Outer Worlds narration. Wait, what? Starfield trailer, but with Outer Worlds 2 narration. Is that going to actually play? I don't think it will. I've got to watch this later. I had to watch this later. Let me go to YouTube. I will leave that right there. Alright, cool. Anyway, that is what. Well done, nice edits. Yep, the Outer Worlds 2 teaser narration could fit almost any big AAA nowadays. Oh man, so there's got to be more than that. So let's take the Outer Worlds 2 narration and put it over some PlayStation stuff. That would work perfectly. This NPC looks exactly like the adjutant. That's the Outer World. Is that the Outer Worlds? Yeah. I don't remember these flowers though. Huh. That's weird. But yeah, it is. Yeah, Outer Worlds. And one thing about Outer Worlds, it was really colorful. Just stop it. Alright, I'm done with you. You goofy. Sorry about that. Anyway, the rest of this year is going to be pretty good. Forza Horizon 5, I put up a video on Facebook. On YouTube. It's right here. Let me show you. So that you... I'm sorry. Let me show you. Let me show you. That's what's going on now. Right here. Forza Horizon. Stop. Forza Horizon amazes my eyes. My mind. Blah, blah. I only got 3 likes. Come on. Only 10 views. Come on, people. Watch it. But anyway, yeah, it's good. I'm trying to be better with my thumbnails. But I'm lazy. So that was the first one, second one, third one. I guess they're getting okay. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, that one's 17 minutes long. I'm trying to get them 10 minutes long. So I'm trying to get them a better length. And I'll do specific videos. I won't clip out the show anymore. I'll just do, because the first video was a clip out from a stream, but I'll just do a straight up, video. So moving forward. but I think I'm going to change the camera back. I'm not sure if I like this one. This one is, even though it's the same resolution, it doesn't look, I don't think it looks as good for some reason. I don't know why. I'm lounging though. I'm just vibing. Anyway. Yeah. But yeah, I don't have too much else. Maybe I'll end it early. Oh, excuse me. End it early today. Yeah, I was making a new beat. That's what you heard at the beginning. It's making a hot new beat. I don't think I'm gonna write to it tonight, but it was pretty dope. Like sometimes I get inspired by other beats that I hear, like, oh, that's a dope beat, and I do something like I'll match the tempo, but that's about it. So yeah, I didn't get that tempo. I don't know. Actually, a lot of them have been 85, 83, 85 BPM. So I mean, you could double that. So 166, 170. Yeah. But I usually I usually go down to 80s. 80s. 92 was my default, but you know, sometimes you got to go 100, 120, 150. You know, 135. You know. But yeah, I'm tired. I think I'm going to give me some more snacks and stuff and work on some more. I have some more CG stuff to do, fixing some CG stuff because I broke my other one, but whatever. But actually, I could probably pull it up. It probably breaks stuff, but I'm going to see if I can play it. It'll play. Let's see if it'll play. There. Where is it? Let's get some here. Some here. And oh wait. Oh no, it's not gonna play because it's not gonna play because it's a PGN image sequence, so I can't play it. I can play it if I open up Blender, but Blender's like nah, B. If I open up Blender, my frame rate's gonna go down to like 2, so can't do it. But yeah, appreciate everyone hanging out. Appreciate you, legend, for coming through. I guess YouTube is the best place to pop in because freaking Facebook is tripping, and I'm like, I'm probably gonna stop. I'm probably gonna stop streaming on Facebook. I'm gonna just, excuse me, I'll post up there as far as like, yo, I'm streaming, but I won't stream to Facebook because it's just they're just unreliable. So I can't mess. I ain't got no time to be messing with their foolishness. But Twitch is always open and YouTube will be always open. So that's what's up. But yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Hecht, Bridget, Legend, everybody, and Discord. Let's see who's in 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 Discord. Spinning. I thought they changed the logo. Let's see who's in Discord. I didn't even Oops. Ooh, He-Man. Why'd you cry? Cause the girl from okay. People in Discord. Appreciate you. What's today? Oh, that was last week. There have been they have not paid us their tribute. There will be no casting of the R9. That was last week. Binary 667, DC Nate, Havoc 978, Hecht. He was in before. Hey Jude, Kill Assist, Nux Sonic, MXT, Pace, Sub-Z, Warham, Watch Dragon, Will Khan. I wonder if I could change my 425 and 6. I haven't posted in. Oh well, that's okay. Maybe I'll do it next week. Anyway, blah blah blah. Stall. It's all good in the hood. Let me see if Blender will actually work. I'm gonna launch it and see if it'll work. Let me look at my. Oops. Oh, launched in the wrong window. Register. Wow, why is it taking so long to load? I'm only on 2.9. They're about to launch version 3, so I might have to up jump the boogie. Let me see if view animation. Oh no, that's. Wait, what? Oh wow, it goes through. Wait, is there a? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know it did that. So there's default folder. Hold on, what is it? That's weird. Huh. I never. Well, I don't want to load. Hey, Bonds, how are you? Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was gonna try to pull up the render I was working on, but I can't because without streaming and having all the stuff open, my computer barely brings it up. So I know that it won't work if I do it now. So, but yeah, this is Blender. It's so fun. Do for everyone. Yeah. Let's do this and let's do that. Let's put a bevel on that. Oh, it's beveled. Yay. Let's make it more. And let's put more segments so it's more fluffy, fluffy, fluffy. Now it's like a ball, but now it's not. Do Blender plop. And then what we can do is Oh, let's see here. Here. Zoop. Hey, what's going on here? That was weird. Stop. Hammer time. There we go. That's what I want. Boom, right? And then we go extrude. And we go in. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, that's so yummy, hammy. Look at the goopities. Don't you love it? Look at the roundities. And then you go here and you shade smooth. Oh, and then you go over here and you say, I need to fix. Oh, sorry. Yeah, oops, wrong one. I need to fix that right there. Auto smooth. Boop. And it fixed it, kind of, sort of. It's still a scene, but it's only because, I wonder why. I gotta go. Nope, it's broken somehow. That's alright, though. But yeah, Blender's fun. Bond says, my watch, Zach Justice League, in about an hour. Oh, word. Let's see, an hour from now, you're in New York. You're in the same time zone as I, right? So you're going to be up until like, 1 o'clock? 9, 10, 11, 12? 12? It's 4 hours. That's a 4-hour movie, right? Yeah, 1:30. You'll be up until 1. Yeah, okay. Have fun with it. Let's change the color. Zip. Well, let's put it on there. Zip. And take the roughness off so it's shiny. Shiny when it's shiny. And the metal. Shiny metal. Wow, look at that. Shiny metal. What is the reflected? Hold up. This. Yeah, let's change that. What's that one? That's like an apartment or something? That's weird. Let's change that one too. That. Like a field? I don't know about that, yo. What's that? It's like a city. That's alright. Maybe I'll keep it with that one. I think I need a better, whatchamacallits. Better HDRIs. But, whatever. There's a studio one, which is okay. This one right here. I mean, it has like a couple of lights, so it's it doesn't give you a nice kind of scene. Like this is an ocean scene, so it's just very bright, so it's good for global illumination. But I guess I'll leave this one. No, which one did I like better? I think I like this second one here. Right here. No, I didn't like this one. That's the dumb one. Sorry. That's an indoor. No, so yeah, probably just the first one right here. City. Rising up. Bond says, I just saw the other version, so a 2-hour break between both. Oh my gosh. That is torture, my friend. But I mean, the only thing that kind of sucks about the first one is that they cropped it in, and then what sucks about the second one is that it was like shot in not 4:3, I think something close to 4:3, but it's IMAX, so it's I don't know, man. I guess you get used to it because I've been playing like Perfect Dark and Psychonauts, and they're in 4:3, so you get used to it. But Perfect Dark, let me tell you something. Perfect Dark Zero, that's the one I was playing. That game is bad. I was like, I remember playing this for like 2 seconds and then I stopped. I said, you know what? I'm gonna get the new one. I'm gonna play the new one. So let me play this. Let me play this all the way through. And I started playing Perfect Dark. I was like, yeah, this game is garbage. And I played it. And I played it. And I played it. And I forced myself to get through that game. That game is really bad. And what makes it really bad is just the control. Well, the AI sucks, yes, but the controls are so horrible. I'm like, man, you can't barely aim on this thing. If it had like Call of Duty aiming, if it had like Halo aiming, Gears of War aiming, it would be 1,000 million times better. But that game is so bad, horrible aiming. I was like, oh man, this game. Oof. And you know what? You can adjust the sensitivity and stuff. But I was like, you know what? If it's not good at default, I don't know how to change it to make it better because I just can't. Maybe I probably need to put it down a little bit. But Bond says, I can't judge until I see the restored version. Yeah, the whatchamacallit. Well, I mean, from what I've seen, like they showed some snippets from the Snyder Cut, and then they showed some stuff from the Whedon, Justice, the Whedon League, Justice League. And it's just honestly, just the color grading is better in the Snyder Cut. It's darker, of course, because that's what he do all the time. It's almost like they forced it to be what the Avengers were. They tried to. And if you go back and look at the Avengers, I'm gonna say the Avengers is probably one of the worst of the Marvel movies, aesthetically, of course. I mean, Captain America's uniform is hot garbage in the Avengers. It just looks so stupid. I think Age of Ultron, I think he directed that one as well. I'm not too sure though. Don't get me, and that was alright. But you know, once the Russo brothers came in with Winter Soldier, it was a wrap, son. It's a wrap. Once the Winter Soldiers came in, I was like, oh, this is how this supposed to be right here. This is how the Avengers supposed to be. You know? But before that, I was like, it's gonna work. It's gonna garbage. Says, I know I will suffer the loss of Zach vision on a 52-inch at 1080p. Said, oh wow, really? I guess, yeah, you're gonna lose a little bit, but yeah, 52 is pretty big too, because we have a 65 4K HDR and stuff. It's not 120, but it's an older TV, but yeah, 4K is like, but although I will say watching like 1080p stuff on a 4K screen isn't bad, and I'm gonna be real, I don't think the HBO Max or whatever it is, I mean, it might be 4K stream, but honestly, it might not look that bad in 1080p. So I wouldn't be too sad about it. You know what I mean? I don't think you're missing out too much, especially with Zack Snyder stuff. It's usually gritty. It's not like super clean and crisp. So that's not the type of like his cinematics and his not his shot his not his composition, but just how the DP shoots his films. I mean, I think you know what I mean. It's just like if you look at all his movies, you look at like Watchmen and Sucker Punch and all of his films, they're gritty. So I don't think 1080p is gonna hurt it that much. So I wouldn't sweat it. I would say that, I mean, you watched the Josh Whedon one, right? And now that's a cleaner version. It's gonna look cleaner because just how they color graded it. So if it looked good to you, As far as like image quality, then yeah, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. I wouldn't sweat it. I wouldn't be like, oh man, I gotta watch the tape. Nah, especially Zack Snyder movie, and I'd be like, just perfectly fine. Adds to the grit. Give me more grit, baby. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, it should be good though. But 4 hours, man, that's crazy. I'm gonna go in and I'm going to. I was trying to think. Oh, I started playing just Yakuza Like a Dragon yesterday. And I know now why people like that game. And the turn-based RPG-ness of it is dope. I like that. I was like, I get through the fighting of the previous games. I mean, I was on 0. I never got past 0. I got into it a lot, but I didn't get past it. But I was like, it's all right. But Like a Dragon, I was like, I like this. I like this turn-based. And the story is goofy, so whatever. But yeah, and that's the thing about, I guess, Japanese films, not films, sorry, Japanese games, is that there is a certain quirkiness to it, goofiness, if you will, and I don't know if obviously I don't have a fully formed thought, but what my thought is if I compare the old RPGs, Phantasy Star, let's say, the old JRPGs, to what Square Enix is doing now, where it's more action based, not turn based, or it might be turn based, but it's still like the presentation is different. Like, when will, or I think about the old RPGs, the Western stuff, versus what Bethesda's doing and what the Obsidian and all these newer Western games are. And it's like, when are the Japanese genre games gonna evolve into the next version of what, this is what Japanese gaming is? You know what I mean? As far as presentation and acting and stuff, I guess Capcom is the closest thing with Resident Evil and stuff, but that's Americanized, really. It's not so much a Japanese thing, but a lot of the times, whether you go back to Yu Suzuki when he did in the 80s, when he was doing his Sega stint with the AM2, they do their version of Western games, whether it's Afterburner, which is Top Gun, or Outrun, which is like Cannonball Run or whatever. Well, he liked Ferrari, so. Or Space Harrier is basically off of a manga, I believe. I forgot what it's called, Star Blazer or something. Not Star Blazer. I forgot what it's called, but they literally took a manga and put him in a video game, and it's just, the character is exactly the same, blonde hair with the clothes. I was like, wow, okay. I thought that was original, but it's not. But yeah, so when I think about Japanese games and when they do Western style games, it's more of a, not a parody, but an emulation of it. And my curiosity is, what is the next evolution of Japanese games, Japanese style games? I mean, the horror stuff, I think they got on lock as far as like Fatal Frame and stuff like that, or I guess PT, right? So that's that. But like, as far as a Shenmue or a Yakuza type game, like, where's the evolution there as far as presentation? Or, well, I guess, you know what? I take that back. What was that? Justice? That's what it's called? Not Justice. What's that game that's Yakuza, but it's not Yakuza? It's Yakuza, but it was a different character. I think it was Justice, right? Or something, whatever it's called. They're making a sequel. I think they're making a sequel. So I guess that's the evolution of Japanese games, as far as like Yakuza to. It's not Justice. It's not called Justice. I don't remember what it's called. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I guess that's it. So I mean, that's cool. I think all those. Ooh, that's inside. That's inside. That's kind of cool. I think it's. I'm glad that the hardware is evolving so that it's giving these devs more power to. I mean, not more. Well, more power actually in the boxes, but actually more power to create the things that are in their minds. You know, and I'm gonna give super duper dope credit to Unreal, Epic. They are killing it with Unreal Engine 5. There's so many videos on YouTube about Unreal Engine 5, Unreal Engine 5, do this on Unreal Engine 5. I'm like, yo, I think I might have to start using Unreal Engine 5 to do videos and stuff. What's his name? I forgot his name. He's a German dude. He did one where he's like, this is how you do the cinematic in Unreal Engine. With Blender and Unreal. You take a model from Blender, put it in Unreal, do. I was like, oh, snap, that's pretty dope. But one thing I did notice is that there's Unreal is kind of quirky where he was doing a scene. I forget. It doesn't matter how long it was, but on the first frame, the lights. It took a couple of second or two for all of the lights to render in. You know, the bouncing of the lumen and all that, the lumen stuff. So he had to do like a He had to start the light simulation, the lumen simulation before, and there's a setting in there that you could do that, so that when the first frame starts in your scene, all the lights are where all the bounces and stuff are where they're supposed to be. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I mean, it's real time, so you know that's understandable. But it's kind of a quirk that you see in Unreal games, like when. I think that's the reason why there's a double frame when it's a cinematic in Unreal. They do a double frame on whenever the camera cuts because of that, because the lights and maybe some texture or stuff haven't all rendered yet. So they need that one frame, 24 frames or whatever, to render all of the correct lighting, lumen bouncing and all that stuff in before it starts. So they do a one double frame in the beginning to mediate that. That's what makes sense to me. I don't know if that's the case, but yeah. Bond says, my take on E3, just give me Battlefield 42, you mean. 2041 is not that. Are you going to use Unreal more? I started. Let me see if I can load it up. It might, I don't need to say that. It might break stuff, but I'm going to see if it'll load up while I'm streaming. But I started to make a world, if you will, because I was like, first I wanted to see if I can create a world that looks cool. Like I see all these videos of cool Unreal Engine stuff, so I'm not in 5 yet. I'm 4 point whatever, which is fine for me because my computer's hot garbage, so it probably can't even run 5. But anyway, if I can build a decent, halfway decent world in Unreal and import a character and figure out how to put the animation, like use the skeletal animation of their default characters with one of my models, then that's like halfway. I'm halfway there. But that's some stuff I'm looking into just for like a quick little. I'll do like a song or whatever. Spit some hot flaming rhymes and then have a character just walking through the woods or something. I don't know, just something stupid. Something quick and dirty. Wow, this is taking a while. Is my frame rate? No, my frame rate's still good. So I haven't dropped any. CPU is only at 22, so that's good. And I haven't dropped any frames yet. It's supposed to be bad weather tonight, but I guess it's alright. Battlefield 2042, Halo Back for Blood. Halo I'm kind of interested in. Yes, I'm always interested in the Halo for the campaign, but I think they're doing some stuff. So I think Halo's going to come back to form as far as that stuff goes. There was a time when Crytek Games was breaking PCs, and now it's Unreal or Flight Simulator. Yeah, Flight Simulator's crazy. Yeah, so I'm at 4.17.2. I probably need to update my 4 engine, because 5 is only it's only in beta. It isn't released yet. So, but some people could get it. Like I could probably sign up for the beta, but like I said, my computer can't handle it. So let's see if this works. So I was like I said, I was working on kind of building. I was using the sculpt tool to make a little bit of land deformation and stuff. Nothing special, and I just threw like a grass texture on it because I was like, I don't understand any of this UI yet. And that was the same thing with Blender. I didn't understand the UI for a good couple years, and they kept changing it, refining it, making it better. And now my knowledge of Blender is somewhat informing me in Unreal, but it is different. So it's like I still have to adjust to it. But honestly, with most of these like engines and UIs, a lot of things are redundant. So you can, I think it's this one. A lot of things are redundant, so you can do the same thing with 3 or 4 different times, whether it's shortcuts or within different menus and stuff. So yeah, and the cool thing about Unreal is that they always have like free content dumps. So it's like, oh, we got some trees for you here. Take the trees or take this or like, oh snap! And I haven't been paying attention. I haven't been downloading this stuff because it's only like every month they'll have it and it'll switch out, so you won't get the same stuff. So I'm like, man, I need to pay attention because I'm missing assets basically. They have models, they have textures, they have all kind of stuff. So it's definitely something to look into. And the thing about it also is that, I mean, just the default plain, like, oh, here's the third person action game default kind of startup thing where there's a blank character and all that stuff. It's still like the camera, the motion blur feels like, yo, this is like almost there already. Just those basic things are there. So all you gotta do is make it look pretty and put all pretty geometry and stuff in it. Assets were open when the editor was last closed. Would you like to restore them? Sure. I don't even know what that was. Grass. Okay, I'll close that. I don't need that. What was I looking for? Oh, let me see if this will work. I have a controller here. See if it'll work. Oh, I did change this color a little bit. Oh yeah, it does work. There you go. I gotta make this bigger. Stop. Oh, I gotta get out of there. I'm gonna make this bigger. Make it bigger. Make it bigger. Oops. But Unreal, you look at it, it's it's cool. But let me make this bigger. Make it bigger. And this one bigger too. Can I make this bigger? There we go. There we go. Boom. Right. So, lighting needs to be rebuilt. 1,204 unbuilt objects. That's okay. So I mean, like, look at the lighting. Just this is just like the default stuff that I put I don't know if I changed any of the lighting, but this is the regular. You start running, you jump, bloop. Just run around, and you could like walk. You could like, and I changed the camera position because the camera position was further out, so I wanted to have like a God of War type of angle, where it's like third person behind the back, but it's a lot of the character. So that's what I wanted. So that's why I did it that way. So it's like, I mean, even that animation, even this model is pretty dope. The materials, everything's cool. All the stuff works. The collision, the fact that the camera's where it is, I don't have to worry about the floor, like his foot, the character's foot, like clipping through the floor. Who cares? You can't see it anyway. So, it's a good look. It's kind of a cheat. You can see a little bit of geometry right there, but see, I made a big old world. A little bit of tearing there, screen tearing, but I mean, I just did this to see if I can do something. Boop. I think I put a double jump in there too. Let me see. Yeah, it's a double jump. I think I want to put a quadruple jump, like bloop, 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 bloop. Or maybe if I put enough jumps, then he'll just fly. But I could probably do that too. Put a flying thing in it. But yeah, I mean, Unreal is dope. And I wanna work. I wanna kind of work like right now, right? How this is right now. I can add up like a path or some trees and rocks and stuff and make this look super dope fly. But I just put a regular old grass texture on it, like an okie doke grass texture. I didn't do anything special. And you can see he's floating. He's floating over the ground. And that's why I have the camera where it is, so you don't see any of that. It says, can't forget Forza. That's it. Just Battlefield, Halo, Flight Simulator, Back 4 Blood. Still no clear timetable to get a new Xbox Series XS. I would say next November is the timetable. Definitely. Because that's when, why can't I remember what the game that I said I needed to get a freaking X4, a Series X. It wasn't Forza because that's this year. Oh, Starfield, duh. Starfield, 11/11/22. Starfield, that's why. And this is mouse and keyboard, which is a little bit better. I mean, it's faster, but it's also inducing. Yeah. So, but that's dope. Bond says, be right back on train heading indoors, so a 30-minute leave for me. All right. Well, I got to go, but I appreciate you hanging out. Have a good one. Also, watching the Justice League. Have fun with that. And what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go inside and eat some snacks, because snacks are good. Snacks are yummy. Snacks are really goat. See, snacks are goat. See, this how, because I deleted the original world, but that's where I put the camera right behind, and I think there's a wind blowing that way. I don't remember. I don't know how to work all these things yet. And the light, I mean, I guess it's there. I guess I can rotate it. Wait, where's this shadow? Oh, it's right there. Duh. I forgot the button. See, he said it today. I forgot the button for rotation of this. It doesn't matter. Anyway, appreciate you everybody hanging out. Don't save. Unreal. Wait, let's see if there's anything new. See if there's some new stuff for Unreal. Free stuff. Quicksilver Mega Scans now available for free. For free, you say? Well, I'm gonna have to grab no content. It's like no content. Wait, why you gonna tease me like that? Why you gonna tease me like that? New Quicksilver Mega Scan collections now available for free. So they have materials. Why is this taking so long? Free. Alright, so they have. Oh, these are models and stuff. See, this is what I'm talking about. Dry grass, quarries, lava field. Come on, son. Ooh, look at ooh. 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 Oh, look at ooh. Okay, hold up. I'm getting too excited. Okay, first. Come on, son. Of course. Wood. Sure. Lava. Hell to the yeah. What is this? Burnt paper. Yes. Burnt paper. Yes. Even though I can do burnt papers. They can keep that. Military equipment. Yeah. Yes. Materials. Always cobblestone. I think I have those already. Wooden planks. Yes. Decorative stone. Yes. Aquatic. Yes. Grass. Yes. Forest floors. Of course. Forest floors too. Of course. Tropical. Yes. Let's go to page 2 and see what we got. Ooh, medieval game environment. Goddess Temple. Abandoned apartment? That's not bad. Yeah, let me take that. Roofs. Yeah, that's good look. Moss. Always like moss. Damages, of course. Leakages and concrete. Yes, always need concrete. Forest path. Yes. Asphalt. Yes. Scary restroom. Nah. Industrial materials. Yes. Sands. Of course. All right, let's stop there. Let's go to. Let's check out. So we did the first 2 pages. I wonder how much. Does it say how much memory that stuff takes up? Wow, that was quick. Give it to me. All right. Let's keep going. Cyberpunk environment. That's not. Let me grab that real quick. Let's see. Maybe I'll put that somewhere. Who knows? I wonder if you can export. That's one of my questions. Can you export these environments to Blender? That'd be a cool thing. Urban alleyway. That's not bad. Like if I could figure out how to, if I could put that in Blender, that'd be dope. I think there should be a way. I think there is a way to go from Blender to Blood. Yeah, why not? Iceland, rubble, rocky grasslands, and forest undergrowth, castle ruins. Quarry, I had a quarry already. Iceland Volume 2, abandoned factory. Okay. Iceland Volume 1, sandstone desert. Okay. All right, that's it. Let's just do that. And we're going to go back into Unreal. So what did I do? I did got to page 3. How many pages are there? Oh, I don't know. I guess there are 9 pages. Yeah, this early stuff is kind of rough. Well, that's not early stuff, but anyway. So let's go back and launch this and see if I can apply some of that stuff. You know, we'll see. And this is like really making gaming easy. Game making easy. Cause it's like, yo, you know, how long would it have taken me? I don't know any coding to do that. So all I need to figure out is how to, build a decent model, which is not impossible for me. I can do that, and rig it, or bring that Unreal rig into. Yeah, I got to see how their rig is set up. So we'll do it here. We'll open the same project, and I'll add. I'll just switch out the texture of the ground and see what happens with that. Or maybe I'll put in. I don't know. I think they have some really cool geometry stuff, so I could probably put in some rocks and trees and stuff and see what happens with that. But yeah. Ugh. That was pretty tasty. That was a little dehydrated. But yeah, I said I was gonna leave, but Unreal got me curious. All right, so I can open these up a little bit here and here. There's one down here too. Yeah. Wow, look at all. Okay. Nope, never mind. Where do I get? I'm trying to remember how to actually do this, because like I said, I'm not used to messing with this, so I gotta figure out where. So how do I in basic cinematic visual effects geometry? Volumes? No, not volumes. Basic is empty actor. Empty pawn? Is that what that says? Yeah. Player start cube sphere. So light cinematic. Nope. Visual effects. I had put some fog in there, but I don't think I did it that well. So, what if I do a sphere? Whoa, that's not a sphere. That's chunky. That's a chunky chunk. Okay. So, is that how that works? No. Why is that thing jittering? What's going on here? So how do I? I mean, that's the thing, though. I don't understand how to. I don't understand how to apply materials to objects. Geometry, foliage. Okay, so let's delete this one. Foliage. What's that? Foliage system allows you to quickly paint, erase the static measures of the landscape. Paint tool, reapply tool, selection tool, lasso tool, fill tool. Make sure that you're in paint mode. Brush size is set. Paint density, erase density, filter sets, kind of objects you want. Add a static mesh. Jesus. Oops, I closed my YouTube. I'm a dummy. Where's the static mesh? Adding a static mesh to use with the foliage tool is quite simple. Okay. First, find the static mesh you want to use in the content browser. I don't have any static meshes in my content browser. Then drag and drop it into content browser to the black bar that says drag static meshes. For the content browser into this area, it's very important that you drag the static mesh onto this bar. If you do not drag it to the static mesh, will not be added to the list. Okay. Are these the static meshes? Alright, you'll be using mesh from engine folder. If you currently do not see a folder labeled engine, this means that you have to activate it. Engine. Yeah, see, this is I don't have this set up right. Blah 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 blah. So I'm going to stop right now. Bye bye. I'm safe. Anyway, I'm out. Preach. Preach. So I'm gonna play the song again because I like it so much. This thing not working. No, it's not working. Not working anymore. Loud. That's loud. Yeah. Yeah. How you feel? How you feel? How you squeal? That's what's up. That's what. Yo, I'ma flip, I'ma flow, I'ma drip, I'ma dro, I'ma get, I'ma go, I'ma flow so slow mo. Everybody wanna so. I will never front the Tuckahoe Road. I'm a bold up for Soho. I don't really know, never been down there, so I'ma just say back and go back to the gallery in White Plains, and I be insane, and I be the mains that I with my mains and my strains and ganja. Nah, gotcha. Just going to flip. I don't really care 'cause I sip. I'm gonna get me a snack when I go in the house. It's gonna be real nice. I'ma be quiet as a mouse 'cause I don't wanna wake up. Richard of the dog, so I can't even shake up. Any chips or anything, no ice. I can't even make my drink cool and nice. Okay, that was dumb. Anyway, Bonds, yeah, it's the end of the show. Appreciate you hanging out. Enjoy the Justice League Snyder Cut. I want to report. I want to know what you thought about it next week. And with that, tilt the wings.